Well, hello everyone. This is Kathy Walterhouse, known as the Professional Rule Breaker, and welcome to my podcast. So today I wanted to talk about one of my most favorite subjects, sales. So I'm going to give you my 5-step process on selling, and it's really logical, and I want you to take some time and either write it down or just think about it or try to implement some of these steps. So my process is based on 5 pillars, and I use the letters S-A-L-E-S. Imagine that, sales. So the first letter, S, stands for switch your mindset. So selling is really a mindset game. If you go into selling and you just have a bad attitude, you're like, why would anybody buy from me? Or my product's not any good, or I am really, really scared. I don't know what I'm doing. If you're having that mental chatter, it's bad news for you. You have to be able to switch your mindset and know that selling is really something for the greater good. You are trying to help someone with a problem and get them from one place to another. So there's that transition that you want to be able to do. And this whole process, by the way, I call noble selling, because I actually think selling is very, very noble. If we didn't have salespeople or people selling products out there and services, I think the world would stop because nobody would know about the things that are out there. So I want you to switch your mindset and know that selling is noble and it's something that you can do. And I want you to approach it from that. It's something that you can do. And my next step will help you with that. So step number 2, A, is do an about face. So what do I mean by an about face? So when you are selling and you're really scared, or you're nervous, or you're just thinking about yourself, that's never anything. That's not good. It's really not good. First off, if you're scared, they can smell it. They know that you're scared. And it's really hard to sell when you're doing scared selling. If you're doing slimy selling, that's even worse. They can really smell that. They can smell the desperation. They can smell the sliminess. They know it's not about them. And you could get your, the door slammed in your face. But when you do an about face and you focus on the customer, a lot of things disappear. You stop being scared. You stop being slimy, and quite frankly, you stop being desperate. So I want you to switch your mindset and focus on your customer. Do an about face and focus on your customer and what their problems are and how you can help them. You've probably heard this a million times, that selling is service, and it is so true. It really, really is true. So focus on your customer, and you would be surprised when you're focusing on your customer and you're asking them a question and you're listening to what they have to say, things will change for you. Okay, the next one, L, you gotta love your product. So sometimes what I've seen is that when you've been selling and you've kind of been struggling, you start not loving your product. You start thinking of it as something hard, that maybe it isn't good enough. Or, that you're just frustrated with it. So you need to start thinking about, and this is the biggest trick I can give you for that, is think about the moment that you chose to sell whatever product or service it is. And what was that spark? What was that thing that got you excited to say, yeah, this is what I'm going to do? That's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on that. Okay. The next one, E, for emotional attachment. So that one is a little bit more complicated. That is when you know that you have a really amazing product and that you have a customer that is in dire need of that product and you can help them with that product. I have to say, like for me, there's been times when I was in the medical industry, I would actually wake up in the middle of the night because I would be thinking about my customers and I knew that they needed help. And so that's what I mean by having that emotional attachment, that you are so passionate about helping your customer get that transition. You're so emotionally involved in it, that you know that there's no other option, that you want to be able to communicate to this customer about this product so that you can help them. So that's what I mean by emotional attachment. Okay. And then S, story. So that's really important. You have to be able to tell a story, be a storyteller. Tell them why. After you've done all this digging and you know what they want and you know what their needs are, tell them why your product is the right product or service for them. Tell them the story. Walk them through on how their life is going to change, how their business is going to change. You have to be able to tell that story and tell the story about your product. Have them really feel it. Don't start off like, hey, this product has 5 widgets and it does 6 things. That's not telling a story. That's just kind of listing things. You want to talk about, let's say that's for a car or something like that. You want to say, have you ever been in a car that is so fast and it just makes you feel so powerful? That's the type of product that we make. We make the parts that makes that car so fast. And, how will you feel if you're in that car? Is that something that would really light you up? Can you imagine yourself in that car going down the road and it's like screaming because it's so fast? Well, I know that's kind of a wonky example, but I'm just trying to give you an example on how to tell a story. Don't just make it all about facts. And yes, will you have to know the facts? Absolutely. You have to know everything about your product. And if there's competitors out there, know your competitors as well. But again, be able to tell the story. So there you have it. So you have my 5-step simple process, really. So it's S for switch your mindset. A for doing an about face, focus on your customer. L is love your product. E is the emotional attachment to making this better for someone, making someone's life better, somebody's business better. And then S is for telling a story. So I hope this was helpful to get you started in the sales process. Obviously, I can actually go a lot more in depth in that whole thing. And if you're interested in finding out more, just go to theprofessionalrulebreaker.com and you can either sign up for a free consultation, or I have some courses and a membership that's coming online here very, very soon. So thank you so much for being part of the Rule Breaker family. And if you need anything, again, reach out to us. You can always drop us a note at team@theprofessionalrulebreaker.com. And if you get a chance, tell everybody about this podcast, even if you have to grab their phone and tell them about it and just download it. So again, thank you for being part of the audience, and I will talk to you soon. Have a absolutely wonderful day and go out there, make a difference in the world, and just be relentless about it.